We're gonna go from this to this. What's up, guys? My name is Ray from rayraycdi. Glad y'all could join me. Today, we're gonna do a video from a company called Cooltops. They make canopies for tractors, lawnmowers, stuff like that has fans built into them to keep you cool while you're mowing and doing different chores like that. I reached out to them and asked them if they would like to do a collaboration for YouTube videos, and before you know it, I come home one day and this thing was sitting on my step. Guys, please like, subscribe, comment. Definitely appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed, installed, and see how well it performs. Number one thing about it, made in USA. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed. I want to say a big thank you to Cooltops for sending this to me. See what we have inside here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling stuff out. Setting it on the workbench. Oh my gosh, this thing is heavy. All right, looks like we have the canopy right here. It's like the little top to the canopy. Set it to the side. And then we have our heavy box that I'm assuming has the fan in there. Let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. Some instructions, some hardware, some more hardware, and it looks like the fan. Let's get it out of the way, get the box out of the way. There is our fan. Okay, this is the installation for universal cage C3641 and C4351. Comes with a universal fan cage, a crossbar, got two rubber bushings, two 3" by 5" square U-bolts, two 3" steel straps, two 2" by 5" square U-bolts, two 2" steel straps, and four 3/8 by 16 lock nuts. All right, now we got everything unboxed here. Let's go ahead and back my tractor in here, and we'll go ahead and start installing this. All right, let's go ahead and take my old canopy off. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking the brackets off from my old canopy, put my ROPS back up, and we'll go ahead and start installing the Cool Tops. All right, if you have a 2" by 2" rollover bar on a ROPS, you're gonna use your 2" by 5" U-bolts and your 2" straps. If you have a 2" by 3" ROPS bar, which I do on the Kubota, you're gonna be using a 3" by 5" square U-bolt, and you're gonna be using the 3" plates instead of the 2" plates. So you need 2 of your 3" U-bolts. You got to also use these rubber spacers. Rubber bushings are going to go on there. And so you need 2 U-bolts, 2 rubber bushings, 2 plates, and 4 of the 3/8 by 16 lock nuts. So it says mount the crossbar flush to the front as illustrated. Position crossbar for pitch of the rollover bar as illustrated in pictures B and C. And then it says rubber bushing is mounted as seen in the picture, which the rubber bushing is mounted in the back. Go ahead and get that done, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, before we install this, we need to measure 3 inches in and make a mark. That's where your U-bolts are going to go. I also made a center mark on this bracket. So whenever I get it up there on the roll bar, I can find the center of the roll bar, put this line right here on it. That way I know this bracket is centered on the ROPS. Okay, I got the center of my roll bar right there with my laser. Got my mark on my bracket. I'm gonna center it. Put you want the front of the bracket flush with the front of your roll bar. Go ahead and put your U-bolts on. And like I said, I have marks on the bracket where the U-bolt goes 3 inches from the side. Get those on, and we will go ahead and put our plates on. Let's get everything started right now. I'm going to double check it all before we tighten it down. All right, got everything lined up, so let's go ahead and tighten it down. You want to tighten it down evenly also. All right, everything's centered. It's all tightened down, good to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get our fan mounted. We're gonna come and put a bolt on each side in the farthest back hole on the bracket and the farthest back hole right here on the fan. That's your pivot point. So let's get it up in there. And find the hole. There's one there. One there. Like I said, that's going to be your pivot point on the fan. So now I'm going to go ahead and put a lock nut and a lock washer on each one just to keep it from falling. Don't tighten it up. Now what you need to do is you got to find out what's level as far as up and down. You want it level, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to have it come down just a little bit, just to give the front just a little slope to it, not too much. And actually that might work right there. What I did is I went with the second hole back. Need to put a level on it just to check, but I just want a slight slope to the front on this. Once I tighten them down, it'll definitely pick it up just a little bit. Let me put a level on it and see what it looks like. And once I get it where I like it, I'll go ahead and tighten the 4 bolts down. Okay, I got the level on it and it's about where I want it. Once I tighten the bolts up a little bit, it probably will bring the front up just a little bit. That just gives me a small slope forward. So that way if it rains, the rain will drip off to the front, probably right in my lap. But I just want just a small tilt forward. So let's go ahead and tighten it down now. make sure it's level across. And it is level. It's level for me. All right, we got to cut these zip ties that are holding the wiring harness to the fan. Looks like there's 3 of them. Be careful, don't cut a wire. Snip those. Okay, we got our wire coming out over here. We're gonna go ahead and zip tie it to your rocks. Run it on down. I'm gonna go right there, and I'm gonna follow this wiring harness right here all the way to the front of the tractor, to where the battery is. Let's go ahead and get that done, and I'll be back with you, and we'll go ahead and finish putting it together. I already got my positive hooked up over there. Now I'm gonna hook up my negative, my ground. Go ahead and put it on the terminal and tighten it down. Snug it on down, good to go. And that should be it for the electrical. Said follow the harness, the wiring harness all the way from the back, all the way front, zip tied it all the way up, ran it right up here to the battery. Make sure it wasn't touching anything that moves. Hook it up, and that's it. All right, now that we got the batteries hooked up, woo, that's gonna be nice mowing right there. That thing puts out some air. All right, well, the electrical works, the fan works, so we did something right. Let's go ahead and put the canopy on, get it all mounted up, and then we will put this thing to the test. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and throw the canopy on top. If you notice, you got reflectors. You got red goes in the rear. The amber reflectors go in the front. So make sure you don't put it on backwards. Let's go ahead and throw this on top, get it bolted down. We'll put the little shroud that goes on top of this bolted down, and we'll put this thing to the test. All right, go ahead and stick all 4 bolts. I think these are 3/16 by 3 inch. You got a flat washer and a lock nut. All right, got them all started. I'm gonna make sure this thing is centered. And also, like the instruction manual will say, make sure the bolts are straight up and down. Make sure they're not cockeyed forward, backwards, left or right. And make sure I got about the same. I'm following these ribs that are on the top to make sure it's the same both ways. All right, let's go ahead and tighten it down. Okay, now that we have the canopy bolted down with the 4 bolts all nice and straight and even and all of that, we're gonna go ahead and put this little shroud on top. This is like a rain guard that covers the fan. If you notice on here, I don't know if you can see on camera, my left side is shorter than my right side. Make sure you put that forward. This is a little bit shorter than this, so we're gonna put this for forward. Let's go ahead and put this up there, 6 screws, put it down, and that'll be it. Okay, let's go ahead and put this rain cover on, this top cover. You got 6 bolts, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Make sure you use these rubber washers that go on here. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. Little rubber washers. That's going to seal it. Tighten them up. And there we have it. Hey babe, how is it? That's what I'm talking about. Cool Tops, made in the USA. Man, this thing is nice. I don't know if y'all can hear me over the tractor, but this thing is nice. It's blowing nice cool air right down on top of me on this hot day. Yeah, I got the big canopy to keep the sun off of you. Got the air right here just blowing right down on me. So far, it's dusty right now, and it seems to be blowing the dust away from me, so definitely a thumbs up. All right, I want to give a big shout out to Cooltops. This top right here, it's a lifesaver. This is the next best thing to an air-conditioned cab. This thing blows some air out. Definitely want to thank them for sending this to me, for letting me install it and do a review on it and let everybody know how I like it. It's a 2 thumbs up. 0 out of 10, I give it an 11. So, awesome thing. Great fan. Made in the USA. Great company. I reached out to them. Tried to get something going on a couple months ago. Showed up at my door. Installed it on my Kubota L2502. Now I can cut the grass in this hot South Louisiana weather in pleasure. We'll see how it does on dust on these dusty days, but other than keeping cool, I think it'll work good. Guys, please like, subscribe, comment. Definitely appreciate everybody, and we'll have some more coming soon. Once again, thank you, Cool Tops.